but she didn't sound pessimistic either. She had a positive outlook about what she has heard and seen and discussed in this round of our talks. I in fact reminded her that I had been part of the former administration and as a minister in the former government, and I also told her in jest that I was, for all purposes, a square peg in a round hole in the previous administration, purely because of the certain constraints that we were faced with. But now we are more free to engage in a more open and deliberative process in achieving the changes that we want to achieve.
What is the government going to do at the next Geneva periodical review? Are they going to kind of see a settlement where they are not going to take up the Sri Lanka for another review?
No, the Geneva process is a very unique process because there is a peer review mechanism which is in place when it comes to the country reports that are to be submitted. But when it comes to resolutions such as what has been presented by the US government, that again is a very deliberative process. Always drafts are shared with host governments and governments against whom those resolutions are meant. So our delegation in Geneva will have an opportunity to look at what was going to be presented, and I'm sure the High Commissioner's report too would take into cognizance what has happened of late in this country. And after all, we need to cooperate with the international community in improving human rights situation in the country. That's beyond question. But while we respect the need to engage with the international community, I'm sure international community also now understands that many obstacles that were there in their way to achieve good governance has now disappeared, and we are in a better position to make compliance work, but in a more conciliatory manner. Thank you.
We hear that the report is already there and it's a damning report.
No, however damning it may be, you see, as I told you, I mean, these are, you look at matters that have happened in the past. The probity needs to be tackled in a manner in which you don't disturb the sovereignty of a country. I'm sure the international community will respect the need to also listen to our side of the reviews. I mean, there is some consistency in that position when it comes to the former ruling party and the present ruling coalition, that we will not agree to any inquiry which would be seen as being too intrusive. But then, of course, we are willing to cooperate by having a very credible local domestic mechanism which will bring the truth.